Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. My friend Gary Patterson is here with me, and we're going to try to make some sense out of what's going on in the big world of sports.
Well, we can try.
We give it a shot, right?
Yeah.
Refresh my memory. Did we talk about John Havlicek during the last show?
No, we did not.
No, we did
He's
not.
passed since our last
He passed,
taping.
yeah. And we
Legend.
we have 4 fellows that passed in the last couple of weeks.
Okay.
And of course, John Havlicek, one of the truly great Celtics.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Yep.
Legendary. I mean, I grew up watching John Havlicek.
Yep.
Just running up and down the court. He never got tired.
Never got tired. And that
He
is
ran
the...
and
yeah.
ran and ran. Of course, the Celtics were a fast break team in those days.
That's right. And why we can't play that kind of basketball now is beyond me.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, the Celtics ran people right off the court.
And he could run all day long.
Bill Russell also got up and down the
Yeah,
court.
they all did, really.
Yeah, they all did. Yeah, Cousy.
Except for maybe Tommy.
Well, Tommy. Well, boy, I'll tell you one thing about Tommy. Tommy Heinsohn,
Yeah.
folks. When he'd play the post, low post,
Yes.
and they'd get the ball into him, look out, because he was going to go to the basket.
Yeah, that
and he
hook
didn't
shot.
care what got in his way. He was a tough guy.
That move where he drove the lane and then he went up for the left-handed hook.
Yep.
It was basically indefensible at the time.
Absolutely.
I mean, up and over.
Yeah. But
stop it.
Havlicek was a great athlete, too.
Yeah.
Baseball player,
Yeah.
football player, and a very humble guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he really was a class act. One of
Was.
the all-time greats.
Yep.
His number's right where it belongs.
Yeah, it is. It is, absolutely. And then for the Red Sox, Gene Stevens passed away, 86 years old.
86.
And he was Ted Williams' caddy. When Teddy ball game, I needed a break in the 7th inning,
Yeah.
Gene went out and played left field when the Red Sox were ahead. And he didn't do a heck of a lot else.
Yeah.
But
Had his role.
That's right. Yeah. He was very strong defensively. Big kid, 6'3", maybe 180 pounds. He could run like a deer. Unfortunately, he hit just about like a deer, too.
Yeah.
But it was a very nice guy and
Played the major leagues.
played in the major leagues. 6 years. Yeah.
Yep.
And is in the record books. 3 hits in 1 inning.
3 hits in 1 inning.
2 singles and a double.
Really?
1953.
Holy
Guess
mackerel.
what? I watched the game on TV.
Really?
The Red Sox and the Detroit Tigers.
In 53?
53. Yeah, they had black and white.
Wow.
And the game was on, and I must admit, I didn't watch the first part of it, but I came in for the 17 runs they scored in
Wow.
1 inning. And
17 in 1 inning.
in 1 inning.
Wow.
Yeah. And Gene Stevens had 3 hits.
3 hits in 1
3
inning.
hits in 1
That
inning.
is, I guess you'd have to score 17 runs to be able to get 3 hits in an inning.
23-3, they
Wow.
beat Detroit. And also, hockey lost one of their greatest all-time players, Red Kelly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'll tell you what, he was a delight to watch. Looked like he never raised a sweat out there. Just skated and always was in position and never made a mistake.
I don't remember him as a player. I remember him as a coach.
Yes, absolutely. Coached, I think, 10 years.
Yeah, a couple of teams.
And an outstanding guy. I don't think that there was a better ambassador for the sport of hockey than
that's
him.
what it-
Everybody loved him.
Yep.
And while he was playing hockey, he got elected to the Parliament in Canada.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, good
So
for him.
when he was
Multitasking.
playing for Toronto, he'd zip over to Ottawa on the off days and sit in on some of the Parliament stuff.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him is right. good guy, and he's in the Hall of Fame, and that's exactly where he belongs. He has 8 Stanley Cup rings.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive right
4
there.
with Detroit and 4 with Toronto. I got to tell you that. He was not a big guy, maybe 6 feet tall. And he played so cool and so calm out there. He didn't have a worry in the world.
Yeah.
He had Gordie Howe and terrible Ted Lindsay
Yeah.
out there with him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, nobody messed with you.
Yeah.
They'd kill you. Yeah,
Ted
good
Lindsay.
hockey player.
Yeah.
And then he went to Toronto. And Punch Imlach made him a center rather than a defenseman. He was the rushing offensive defenseman before Bobby Orr.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
Bobby Orr. Yeah.
And he and Marcel Perneval. But then he went over to Toronto and had played for 4 Stanley Cup teams there.
Unbelievable.
Then Gino Marchetti passed away.
Who?
Gino Marchetti.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, defensive end.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
I know the name.
Oh, just absolutely the toughest guy. Just a brutal man.
Old Baltimore Colts?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Alan Amici, the longest game and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah.
Legendary teams.
Yep. Marchetti was, I guess if any of those guys feared anybody, it was this guy.
It was him, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they let the boys play in those days.
Yeah.
Personal fouls? Nah.
Nah. And you don't want to be on the bottom of the pile either.
No, you don't. A lot of stuff going on down there.
He said in his obituary, there was a quotation that he was at the bottom of the pile with Doak Walker. Now, Doak Walker was a 175-pound halfback. Good football player.
Yeah.
He said he ground his fist into his face and just kept doing this in his face. And he
That's the way
said
it was
when
back
they
then.
pulled the pile off, he said Doak Walker just looked at him. And he said to himself, what did I just do?
Yeah.
Why did I do that?
Yeah,
and he said,
I went on a lot in those days.
yeah, and he said, I never did it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ed,
Twisting ankles and knees under the pile.
going way back, there was a guy by the name of Ed Sprinkle, and he was a defensive end for the Chicago Bears. Bad man.
Dirty
Yep.
player. Yeah.
Yep. No face masks.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the 40s. Well, he came in and he knocked Otto Graham flat in his keister and I guess roughed him up. Otto Graham called the same play again. Sprinkle came in, he put the ball right in his face. And he said, it said in the paper, Sprinkle's face opened up like a watermelon. So the boys took care of themselves.
Yes, they did. Justice was served.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into too much, I did a little research.
Did you now?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And there's a few names that, I missed one. Wow. Joe Kelly out to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
1 and 2 with a 10.12 earned run average.
I had noticed that. Tough start for Joe.
Yeah. John Lester, 2 and 1, 1.73. I think he is on the sidelines.
I think he's missed some time.
Yeah, I think it's a back injury or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing
When
serious.
he's pitched, he's been good, though.
Yeah. Andrew Miller, 1 and 1, 5.11 earned run average.
I think that's actually an improvement as to where it was around the end of April.
Yeah. He had a bad start. Blake Swihart, 2 home runs, and he's batting .227 with 8 RBIs.
For Arizona?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, here's a surprise, or maybe not a surprise because you're a sharp young man. Juan Moncada,
Yeah.
7 home runs, .293,
Yeah. He's starting to
and
come on.
24 RBIs,
Yeah.
and playing good defense.
Yeah, he's coming on.
Yeah,
He had a rough year last year.
yeah. But it's
He's
kid,
still,
you know?
is he 23? 24?
At the most.
Yeah.
At the most, yeah. Craig Kimball is inactive.
Inactive. But he's going to get a job June 2nd.
Yeah,
Once
when
the
yeah,
compensatory pick is off.
that's right. Yeah, I think he probably will pick something up, but I don't think it's going to be a big payday.
No, I don't either.
It's going to be a show me.
It's going to be a show me.
Yep,
Right.
4 or 5 million maybe,
Yeah.
half a season, because they're going to say, "Oh, I'm not going to give you 10 for a whole season. You're only a pitcher half a season." So
would you bring him back for $4 million for the rest of the year? Then he's a free agent
you
again?
know what? I probably would.
Yeah.
The way this bullpen is beginning to deteriorate.
Right.
I
So
mean-
come back for $4 million. You're a free agent with no compensatory pick attached. You're just an outright free agent.
Yeah, I don't think he'll do it though.
Well, I don't think he will want to do it.
Yeah, but it's
But if he wants a show me contract,
yeah, that's it. He's
this
going to have
is an
to play for
opportunity
somebody.
for a
yeah.
show me contract. He's going to get opportunity here.
Yeah, yeah, they'll trot him out there.
Yeah. I mean, what's he going to do? Sign with the Yankees where he's already got a,
Yeah, or I don't
No, he could
really.
go to the, he could go to the Braves. He could go to, there were rumors about the
yeah,
Braves.
yeah. But you know what? The Braves never really, I don't think,
They
put
never-
an offer on the table.
I don't think people wanted to give up the number 1 pick for him.
Well, at that, and also,
And have to pay him.
yeah,
Right?
and also, here's a guy that his fastball the last 2 years has slowed down.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yeah, I mean, he would, despite the great run, he was hold your breath every time he came in that playoff
He
run.
was. I can't stand it when
That
the guy
entire
can't get the
postseason
ball.
run, it was like, oh my goodness.
When he can't get the ball over the plate, I just cringe.
But this bullpen, as it's constituted right now, I believe is woefully inadequate.
What, Tyler Thornburg?
Yeah.
Would you tell me at 0-0 and 7.98 earned run average? I shouldn't ask the question because I know the answer. We traded Travis Shaw.
Yeah.
All right, we got him back. They're very reluctant. They're being pig-headed about it. They don't want to release Thornburg because they'll look like dopes. I mean,
Yeah.
dopier than they are. And that's the only reason I think they're trotting him out there. I can't think
Well,
of
they
any
don't-
other reason.
The other reason is they don't have anybody else.
Ryan Weber came up the other
Yeah,
night,
yeah.
threw 4 good innings of junk. Put him back out there again. Oh, they will. They'll put him right back out there again. But Trout,
Yeah, we talked about it all winter.
Yeah.
And I still
Yeah.
don't get what they did.
well,
They let, okay, Kelly's leaving, Kimbrel's leaving, okay. They brought in nobody.
nobody.
They just let those 2 guys walk, and they didn't bring in any replacements because we got Thornburg. We got
Yeah.
Workman, Workman's got decent numbers so far,
Mm-hmm.
but he's got like 12 walks in 13 innings.
He's 4 miles an hour off his 95
Right.
mile an hour fastball, too. He's
So-
throwing 91, 92.
This group is,
It's not good.
yeah.
I'm not happy with this group at all.
I didn't like
And-
the bullpen at this time last year
You
either.
know, a blind man could have seen this coming.
I know. We talked about it all winter on
All
this show.
winter. You better believe it. Now, you want to talk about another sad subject? The starters.
Yeah.
Now we've got David Price with an aching elbow. We have Chris Sale. While he looked better the last 2 times out,
Yeah.
is still off his 98 mile an hour fastball. And you've got Nathan Eovaldi
Injured.
sitting. He won't be back till. The last time he had this done, he had 2 pieces taken out 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Had it done on March 30, and he appeared in the game on May 30. So that's it. 2 months on the sidelines for Eovaldi.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do? We're going to keep trotting Vasquez out there?
I know.
Or Brian Johnson with his sore arm?
He's hurt too, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's a problem.
It is. It is a problem, and we talked about it.
Yeah.
And as much as we raved about the bullpen, we also talked about
Another
the starters.
starter.
Yeah.
Needed to, you have to have, if you want to contend, you really need to know how you go 8 deep in the starting
You
rotation.
know what? I was just going to hold up 8.
You really
you
do. You got to be
really
able to have,
got-
if you're a GM, you got to have on your whiteboard, here's my number 1 starter, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Now, with that said and done, do you think there's any chance that perhaps Tyler Glasnow and Blake Snell will be traded to the Red Sox for? Maybe we could throw in Eduardo Nunez.
Yeah.
How about the Rays?
Yeah. Terrific.
Glasnow, 6-0, 1.47. Blake Snell, 3-3, 3.62. He's a little problem.
And he's coming now.
He's coming.
Yeah.
He pitched a good game last time out. However, there are a couple of bright spots. Michael Chavis.
Yeah. Looks good.
He does, and he's got a nice level swing. Boy, does he hit the ball hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, next couple of times around the league, I think they'll probably figure out something to do with him. And he is going to strike out.
And we'll see how he does. I mean, do you think he's a legit second baseman?
No.
Yeah, I consider that a defensive position.
However-
primarily, but who else do we really have?
That we don't. That's right, we don't. However, I have a plan.
Oh, good.
Yep.
We need a plan.
Michael Chavis is the next left fielder.
Yeah.
Take Benny and either put him in center or right, put Betts in either center or right, and trade JBJ for a pitcher.
Well, I like that. If you can get I don't know how much of a pitcher you're going to get for JBJ. I mean, he's a free agent at the end of the year, right? Isn't he?
It's either that or next year. I get confused. I don't have
And he's
my
hitting
yearbook with me
149.
either. Yeah, and do you know what he has hit over his major league career? Do you know what his lifetime batting average is?
I would guess maybe 241.
234.
234. I was high at 241.
That's not good.
Right.
By the way, Jalen Beeks. Now we traded him down
Yeah.
to the Devil Rays. He's pitching well.
Is he?
Yeah, their bullpen. I forgot to get his statistics, but that's why I wrote his name down.
Was he for Evaldi? Was that the Evaldi,
I think it was.
Evaldi
Yeah.
trade? I believe it was.
Yeah, I think you're right. And Hector Velasquez. Now, you know, there are certain things that drive me nuts.
But he's what I'm talking about. If he's your 7th starter in your organization, I'm good.
Brian Johnson.
Brian
Okay.
Johnson, number 8.
Yeah. If they're both healthy, we can live with that.
Right. We haven't heard 6 yet, though.
Yeah, I'm kind of scuffling on that one.
Yeah.
There's nothing down at Pawtucket, I don't think. Now, I'm going to get out May 17th. That's my first game down there. I'll probably
Yeah, I
freeze
think
my butt off.
You know, they got the kid that was up, right? They brought the kid up that throws 98.
Yes.
Double A.
Yeah.
They actually
yeah.
brought him up from Double
Yeah.
A.
But he doesn't.
And he went back.
Yeah. He's
right?
got trouble getting the ball over
Yeah.
the plate. But that's okay. He's what, 21 or 22? Yeah. But this is something I don't understand. Here's Velasquez.
Velasquez. Yeah.
Okay? So, smiling and not scowling.
Yes.
So what they did was they said, you're not going to intimidate pitchers by smiling at them. This is the picture that is out in center field on the scoreboard when he comes in, the smiler.
Yeah.
They made him change it to the scowl.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't want players
Playing mind games, huh?
Yeah. This is really going to work.
And he's
yeah.
a nasty boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's just what we need, though, is more anger in baseball.
Yeah.
And this is so stupid. I don't know. Evan Longoria is batting .223
Is he?
with 4 home runs.
Yeah.
He was a guy that was an all-star.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of the best third basemen in the American League. Trade him,
When he played where? Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay, and fall apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had some injury problems, I think, and he's just, I don't know what's happened to him.
Huge contract, I think, is what happened to him.
And maybe he went off the juice.
Yeah, who knows? Here's another one. I delight in this one. Gary Peters, tall, gangly, left-handed pitcher, pitched for the Red Sox for 3
I
or 4
remember
years.
Gary
Yeah,
Peters. Yeah.
had a good fastball.
Yeah.
Lifetime record 124 and 103. Just turned 82 years old. 14 seasons in the bigs.
Yeah.
But get a load of this. 807 at-bats. 19 home runs and 102 RBI.
102 RBIs. Wow.
That's
That's Earl Wilson material.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a season and a third
Yeah.
of at-bats. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
You know,
I remember Gary Peters.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
He bounced around a bit. He was traded a few times.
He was. Chicago White Sox
White
had
Sox
him for
had
a
him
while.
for quite
Yep.
a while.
And I'm not sure where the heck he ended up. But listen, he was a useful major leaguer. And boy, when you can hit like that,
Yeah.
wow.
I'll tell you, the Red Sox could use Gary Peters right now.
At 82.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, man.
he wasn't a power pitcher. He was a sinker slider. He could still do it.
You can still do it.
Yeah.
David Price going into 2019, 144 and 76. 3.26 earned run average.
Those are good numbers.
If he averages 18 wins per year for 4 years,
Which he's not going to.
no, will a 216 win, 112 loss record make him Hall of Fame material?
They would put him in the discussion.
I don't think it'll do it.
I don't think it'll do it either.
Yeah, by the way,
I think you got to get to 250.
let's
It used to be 300.
let's kick back for a second and stop this and just talk about the Hall of Fames.
Yeah.
We have now stopped the admitting only excellent players. And now, if you were quite good
Yeah.
and had a lengthy career,
Yeah.
and you were popular with the writers, you were a good guy, you got a chance to go in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
We have lost the idea behind the Hall of Fame, which is the cream of the crop goes in.
Yeah, the threshold has definitely been lowered.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it is in football too.
Yeah.
I mean, God, you've got guys in there that.
Right. No, I agree.
Yeah. Well, okay. The Reds, I was very mad with the Reds when they took that stupid Matt Kemp and Puig from Los Angeles. They have released Matt Kemp.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they dumped him. And I gotta believe Puig isn't far behind.
Yeah.
He's hitting about 180. Here's a stupid thing.
Somebody will sign Puig out there. Let
You
him
think?
go.
I think so. He's young enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's an athlete,
Yeah.
sort of, but he's a.
See the A's signing him.
New Mexico baseball player killed. University of New Mexico officials say a 23-year-old Lobo baseball player was fatally shot outside an Albuquerque club. Athletics director Eddie Nunez said Jackson Weller's death was a senseless tragedy and called Weller a very special young man whose absence will be deeply felt. You know, if he wasn't an athlete, that story never would have gone in the paper.
Right.
And how about these 14-year-old kids that are getting killed on the street in Boston? They're senseless tragedies, too.
They all are.
I mean, just because he's an athlete. I mean, listen, it's bad, okay? But, I mean,
Yeah. Go to Chicago.
yeah, go to Chicago. Yeah. 600 fatalities a year.
Right.
Yeah. The White House visit is, this just strikes me as being a real mistake.
Yeah.
This has taken on a life of its own. Now Cora
He's not
is
going.
editorializing that he won't because of the way you treated the people of
Yeah.
Puerto Rico and blah, 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 blah. And he's making it personal like. Well, you know, how do you get something done? You go down and you talk to the president. You're going to have a chance to say to him,
Yeah.
you know, Mr. President, God forbid anything like that happens again, but can't we get a better response? Or, you know, some mistakes were made there. We need help down there. Do you think that's staying home is the answer? I don't understand his thinking.
I know. He obviously believes that not enough was done because at the very beginning he was thankful and praised the president for the initial response, and then, he's basically saying the follow-up response hasn't been there. So I don't know the issues well enough.
I don't either, but I do know there was one issue with us putting all kinds of stuff in there, and they couldn't move it.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, that's the issue. I mean, the island got wiped out.
it did.
The power grid went out, so they need to rebuild the power grid. Nothing, they're not. You can't bring the thing back until you get the power grid done.
There's 8 separate independent
Right.
power companies.
Right, and
Yeah.
yet they expect us to come in and do it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Well, we're going to bring the now. If in a perfect world, maybe you send the Army Corps of Engineers down there.
to help out.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, but there's also got to be the political people down there have got to be behind it and not their hands out.
Right.
That's just a bad situation all the way around. But boy, I'll tell you, this visit down there, I don't think this is a good idea at all. All the white guys are going.
Yeah.
All the black guys are staying home.
Yeah.
And Eduardo Nunez hasn't made up his mind yet, whether he's black or white, I guess. But
Yeah. Yeah, and that's unfortunate. I think,
it just doesn't, it's not necessary.
right.
You know what the Red Sox should have done? Henry and Tom Werner and Sam Kennedy go down there as representatives of the team and just tell the president it would have been disruptive to our team to come down here,
Yeah.
but we appreciate the offer.
Well, it was kind of set up, right? I mean, it was set up
Yep.
from the beginning with the schedule, right? They got a day off tomorrow. So we're talking the day before the visit here,
Yep.
right, on this tape. So
Yep.
by the time anybody sees this, they'll know how it actually worked out
Or didn't.
or didn't.
Yeah. I just have this golf is hit on tough times here. There's been some 1,800 golf courses have closed in the last 10 years, and
Yeah.
the amount of players is dropping precipitously.
Is it?
Yeah. Young guys are staying home and playing video games.
Yeah.
I tell you, the video games are going to be the rack and ruin of this country.
They've changed a lot.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They've changed a lot.
McCoy Stadium down in Pawtucket, they're getting some people that are interested in making offers on what they can do. There are a couple of minor league teams.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's what they put in the paper anyway. Kenny Holland, who was the general manager of the Detroit Red Wings for 20-something years, is the new general manager and president of hockey operations for the Edmonton Oilers.
Is he?
Yeah, Stevie Eisenman has taken over in Detroit.
In Detroit,
totally.
yeah.
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 So Holland said they kicked him upstairs, and he said, "The heck with that." And he's 5 years, 25 mil.
Good work if you can get it.
Good work if you can get it. Or how about if you were Dabo Swinney and the coach of the Clemson football team? 10 years, $92 million.
10 years, $92 million?
Yep.
9?
Runs through 2028.
Wow.
Or, if you were the Tennessee basketball coach, Rick Barnes,
Yeah.
you're going to make $26 million over the next 5 years.
Wow.
We're in the wrong business, Gary.
Yeah.
Hey, one other thing here, and I'm going to get to the Bruins or the Celtics. Jim Palmer never gave up a Grand Slam home run in his career.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He's just-
That's unbelievable.
yeah. Especially, in the division he played.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Yankees and the Red Sox.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. And Baltimore is a hitter-friendly field.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. I couldn't believe that. And Eck was talking about that the other
Mark
night.
of a great pitcher, though.
Oh.
You bear down and don't give up the grand salami.
He also said that quite an ego.
Oh, Jim Palmer?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You think he's going to give you something to hit with the bases loaded?
Yeah.
Ain't not going to happen, but still, I think it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Nobody ever got him.
What do you think about the Bruins?
I'm excited about the Bruins. What's there not to be excited about? I mean, I think they got a real chance to win this thing.
Well, guess what?
So I'm happy with the fact that we're getting a bit of secondary scoring. Sean Corrali's been fantastic.
Sean Corrali looks like the Energizer Bunny out
does.
there in a 6'2", 215-pound
He's doing
frame.
everything,
Yeah,
including winning faceoffs.
yeah. I don't think he could put the puck in the net with a snow shovel, but he does everything
Well,
else.
I think Corrali can score. I think he has. He's done well
Yeah.
in the playoffs. The guy who can't throw a puck in the ocean, to me, is Heinen. I love the way Heinen skates.
He's a good
I
skater.
love the way he works in the corners, but he cannot finish. I mean,
Do you know there are guys? Tommy Songen from Walpole played
Yeah.
for the Bruins for, I don't know, a year, 2 years. He got a bunch of goals.
yeah.
And the Bruins cut him. And there was a quote from, I think it was Harry Sinden or somebody. And they said, how can you do that? And he says, he's puck lucky.
Yeah.
I just don't see him for the long run. And he couldn't catch on with anybody else.
Yeah.
And that was the end of it. But some guys are puck lucky, too. You know, they go
Yeah.
out there and John Winsick got 27 goals
Oh, that
one
year, yeah.
And he stood in front of the net. They went in
They
off his
bounced off-
shin,
Bounced
off his
Yeah.
butt. I mean, nobody was going to push him out of there.
Yeah.
So, odds to win the cup entering the first round. Bet 100, win 250 on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Gonzo. The Sharks, 800.
Win 8-1. Yeah.
The Blues, 10-1.
Wow.
And the Bruins, 10-1. And the Flames, 10-1. And the Golden Knights, 10-1. And the Jets, 10-1. The Capitals, 12-1. Penguins are gone. The Predators are gone.
Yeah.
The Maple Leafs are gone. The Maple Leafs was 16-1. I would have bet. If I had a few bucks in access to the betting, I would have put for 16-1. I would have put a few bucks on the Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
The Islanders, 22-1. The Blue Jackets, 30-1.
30-1.
The Hurricanes are alive at 30-1. The Stars, 30-1, and the Avalanche, 35-1. Now, entering the second round, the Sharks. The Blues and the Bruins were 3.5-1. The Sharks 5-1. And then the rest of them are just like that. But
I like the Bruins' chances.
I'll tell you what, as it has worked out now, maybe the Bruins would be worth a flyer at $350. per
Yeah.
100. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they're,
I like him as well as anybody else.
yeah.
But you watch these games. I mean, these games are just. There is an
yes.
element of puck luck involved.
Boy, there
because
is.
Both teams.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if you watched any of the Game 7 last night
Yeah.
that went to double overtime.
No, I
The
watched.
St. Louis game.
And who won?
St. Louis ended up winning.
Oh, so they won.
They were all over Dallas. I mean, they were out shooting them 2.5 to 1 during. Dallas went some crazy number, like 22 minutes without a shot and goal, but they
Oh,
couldn't beat.
yeah.
They couldn't beat the goalie. They went
Wow.
and they won it in double overtime.
Well, so that's why tomorrow night the Bruins are playing.
Yeah,
And they are, you got to put up 140 to win 100.
they should be favored.
Yeah, I would think so. Just one thing about the Bruins.
Carolina was a wild card, right? Were they a wild card?
Yeah, they were
made it-
the last team to make the
Made
playoffs.
it the last
yeah.
day of the season.
Harvard defenseman Adam Fox. He was the runner-up for the Hobie Baker.
Okay.
He was a 4-year college player, so he couldn't be a free agent. So no matter who drafted him, they can't get him unless he's willing to sign with them. So he told the Hurricanes there's no way he's going to play for them.
They had his rights.
Yep. So they traded him up to Calgary. Calgary traded him down to the Rangers for a second-round pick and a conditional third-rounder in 2020. Now,
So if he chooses not to sign, he becomes a free agent.
yeah, after 4 years, just 4-year college guy.
Is he completed all 4 years?
Yeah. So after 4 years, you've got the team. There's a certain amount of time after the Stanley Cup playoffs are over
Yeah.
that they've got to sign that guy. If they can't sign him, he walks. He's a free agent.
Why wouldn't they just do that at this point
Well, he actually.
and come and sign with the Boston Bruins?
Well, that's what I was going to say. But I guess the Rangers have ponied up. Well, of course, it all depends on the amount of money you're willing to pay this kid.
Right.
Yeah. And I think he's going to get one of the $900,000 contracts, a 3-year deal. He may get more than that. They don't have to pay him that.
Why don't we give him more than that?
Yeah. But
I mean,
why couldn't the
people think
Bruins?
he's the real deal.
Well,
You
I
know,
don't know.
and all you got to give up is money.
Jim Vesey.
All you got to give up is
Yeah.
money.
Now, Vesey was one 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he got, 16 or 17 goals this year, 18
Yeah.
goals? Yeah. So
remember
he's
we
headed in
wanted-
the right
We wanted
direction.
him here.
Yeah. But why wouldn't the Bruins give up a 2 in a conditional 2 or 3 the following year and sign this kid and take a flyer
But
on him?
if they don't know he's going to sign,
Well, that's just it. I mean, you'd have to talk to
you
him
might be
ahead
able
of
to just get him as a free agent and not give up a second and third round pick for him.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the Rangers have got him signed, sealed, and delivered.
See, I don't know how the Bruins feel because, from what I'm told, and primarily from my son, who is a hockey guy, the Bruins have a couple of young defensemen in their system that they supposedly like, that they think are NHL defensemen,
Yep.
and they're just a season or maybe 2 away from.
And look at Carlo. Look at Grizzlick. Look at the other kid that's not sitting tonight.
Yeah, Charlie McAvoy.
McAvoy. Look at these young players they've got. And this kid, this Carlton, whatever his name is there, the other defenseman, these kids are playing
Yeah.
and doing well.
I mean, Carlo's been fantastic this
he's
year.
been
He's
a
taken a
rock.
huge step. He's had a couple tough turnovers in the last couple games, but first of all, you need to sign Charlie. Charlie's going to be expensive.
Yep.
Charlie's going to be 8, 9 a year.
I'm not sure about that. Okay, so Bobby Orr is his agent. His entry-level contract, $991,000, is now up for renewal as a restricted free agent.
Charlie
Yeah,
is restricted?
yeah, restricted. It could be quite a tussle at the table to get the XBU star signed to an extension, in part because of a couple of lengthy stretches on the injured list. As a comparison, he'll likely be looking for a deal akin to the 6-year, $40 million pact David Pasternak signed.
So 6.5 to 7.
Well, here's the deal.
I think you'd be
For
lucky if you can get him signed for 7.
restricted free agents rarely receive offers from other NHL teams, fearing raids on their restricted free agents. But the compensation structure increasingly betters the chance for it happening. For instance, if another club tendered McAvoy an offer between $6.3 and $8.4 million, and the Bruins chose not to match it, GM Don Sweeney would receive only a first, a second, and a third round draft picks as compensation.
A what?
A first, a second, and a third.
You get 3 picks?
Yeah.
A first round, a second round, and a third round?
Yeah. Now, if the team signing them is the 26th best team,
Yeah.
that means you're going to get the 26th.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So this isn't as great as it sounds. Back a few years ago, one of...
But when, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
That's because he's restricted.
right.
When does he become
I
unrestricted?
think the following
The
year.
following year.
Yeah. The Bruins would like to sign him to an extension,
Yeah.
and I think he would, probably look at, just like to play one more year and we'll see what happens,
Right. Which is why you end up signing a 4 or 5 or 6 year
Well, it's
deal.
Torrey Krug, 5.25.
Right.
Yeah, now that's the situation he was in, and they said, no, he's well worth it if anybody's worth $5 million.
Yeah.
I think Krug has, he's the other young hockey player that has matured on the defense. The Bruins, and that could be part of the reason why they didn't get involved with the New York Rangers with this kid. Because the Bruins have got some young defensemen in the starting lineup and in the minors. They got a number 1 draft choice down there from Sweden.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, so they do have some kids coming over the next year or two.
and they're up.
They've been missing, Kevin Miller's been out.
Yep.
Forever.
And they're also, and he's not a bad hockey player.
No.
And they're
He's a top
also
6
up
defenseman.
against the damn salary cap.
Yeah.
So they got some problems, management problems here.
Right.
I cut this out. David Pasternak. Pasta not enjoying the trench warfare. He needs to grow up and participate.
I thought the Columbus strategy of just pounding the crap out of him was very effective in the first 3 games of the series.
Yep.
And then they kind of went away from it. And
Yeah.
suddenly Pasternak starts scoring goals. And if I'm a Columbus guy, I'm saying, shouldn't we go back to knocking this guy in his face every time he turns around?
Yeah. And I wonder about that.
Even if we take a penalty.
That's it. Exactly. I wonder if they were worried about the
Because
Bruins' power play.
he didn't appear to be standing up well to that physical
He was
treatment.
getting pounded around.
Yeah.
Good. What's up with Marchand? He's clammed up on the press. One-word answers.
Yeah.
And he's talked off about something. And the Bruins are going to have to bring him to the woodshed. And
Well, he doesn't want to talk to the press. Do we care?
you know what? Obviously,
I personally don't really care. If he doesn't
No.
want to talk, don't talk. I don't care.
but Sweeney said, obviously we talk to all of our players when we have situations that arise, and become a little more public than we would like them, and we will address them. Brad has obligations to the media to be respectful and will address them, but so does the media. I would ask for the same from both sides.
It'd be like Marshawn Lynch. He'll show up and say, I'm here so I don't get fined.
That's right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Now, McAvoy got a penalty
Yeah.
and is get a game suspension.
Yeah.
Yet, David Backus took an elbow
Right.
to the jaw.
Flagrant.
Yep. That's a blow to the head, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he didn't. The guy that hit him didn't get a suspension.
No.
And I would argue that was more egregious than the shoulder that
Yeah.
McAvoy put into him.
Yeah.
So what the hell's going on?
Yeah. We struggled with the officiating a little bit in that series. And, they're calling slashing now like crazy.
Yep.
And they don't call cross-checking anymore. You got people getting absolutely wiped out
There
in
was
front of the net.
one
Johansson got absolutely launched.
That's
in front
probably
of
the
net.
one. That was late in the game.
Yeah.
He
A
got
two-hander
wiped out.
right underneath it.
Yep.
Just sent him. It was brutal.
And I know what the referees are going to say.
The ref was standing right there. He saw it. He just wasn't calling it.
That's right. I'm
they
not
haven't
going to
called
do
it.
this. I'm letting the guys play. It's the end
Right.
of it's the sixth game, and they're behind. And what am I going to do? Put them in the penalty box so the Bruins can get another goal? I don't, But you know
there's
what?
little rinky dink slashing penalties.
If it's a bloody penalty, call it.
Right.
What major sport? Baseball? Football? Basketball. I
was gonna
lost
say.
over that. But baseball and football do not change the rules, how the referees call the game in the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Right.
It is the same during the regular season as it is in the playoffs. And this is ridiculous. That's why sometimes hockey is a joke. I mean, they're out there with axes trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't, no, nothing going on. Hey,
I think the whole replay thing's out of control.
It is.
In general.
it is. Yep.
Coming off the Kentucky Derby being turned around, right? Which again, maybe I guess probably an appropriate call. The way that
The way
he
it
came
looked to me,
over.
that was, yeah.
He came way
Yeah,
over.
he did. He did.
Like lane 4.
In a big field like that,
Yeah.
you get horses moving around. So you got to take that into consideration.
And
too.
it was very close. I saw one of the race people talking about it. It was very close. It was very scary how close that was to a disaster. With that
Absolutely.
other horse right behind and the legs getting in underneath the front of him.
They clipped hooves.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to bring 6 or 7 horses down.
Yeah. You're right. It's a pileup
yeah.
of
And lives could be lost.
lives could be lost.
Multi-million-dollar horses. Yeah. So they've got to make sure the jockeys ride responsibly.
Right.
I'm not sure
So
that
I'm not a racing guy, but to me, that's the first thing I say is it's the jockey. I mean, that's why you have a jockey, isn't it? And clearly the horse came over.
He
So
sure did.
Don't you look at the jockey and say, what are you doing?
And
Because you know what? He had that race. That horse was going to win that race.
Yeah. But I would have taken his number down, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do
Unbelievable.
that. That's it's dangerous. The Celtics, we can end up on this note.
Yeah.
This is a sour note.
It's a hard team to like.
It is.
You just get-
It has become totally
As
unlikable.
opposed to the last couple of years where the teams were likable.
You know what?
the IT
Kyrie can't leave town soon enough.
Yeah.
And Paul Pierce, the truth. They're not playing hard enough.
Yeah.
They're not.
No, they're not.
I mean,
The chemistry on this team is just
it's
not there.
gone. It's gone.
I think they're going down tonight as we speak before on the night
If
of
there's
Game
any
5.
justice in the world, they'll go down.
Yeah. And I hope Danny gets rested and gets over his little heart attack because he's got work to do. He's got a lot of work to do. This team is riddled with question marks.
And you know what? You cannot stop the Greek with anything short of a bazooka.
Yeah.
I don't know how you stop this guy.
Yeah.
Celtics have no answer.
Yeah. I mean, Brogdon just came back from being hurt, and if he kind of integrates back in, they can make a run. Because I don't know, if they play Golden State, who's covering them? Is it Durant? Is it Draymond?
I mean, it'll be Durant.
I don't think it'll be Durant either. He'll
No.
wear him out.
Yeah, well, I mean, you might as well just put
Yeah.
him into a hamburger
Right.
grinder.
So we'll see.
Yeah,
But the Celtics, I mean, this is
They can-
probably another subject for another show because
yeah.
there's a lot of issues, and I could see this team basically being blown up.
Do you move key players? I don't think they're going to have much choice.
What's your plan? If the plan is Kyrie's leaving, so we're blowing up the team because we're trading a ton of talent in the picks we have for 1 year of Anthony Davis, who I love. We've been talking about him for years on this show, but
I think that would
giving
destroy.
up all that talent,
Yeah.
and he without a guarantee, if you can sign him to a new 5-year contract, terrific.
Different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even him, I think for me personally, the luster's come off on him because that team just never made the playoffs.
No.
They had some other players.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if he's truly a transcendent player, a real legitimate franchise player,
Pulls everybody else up with him.
how can his team never make the playoffs?
Yeah. And speaking of the playoffs, the Patriots, number one choice for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, as they should be, I think.
That's just amazing.
They're not done. Bill's not done.
By the way, some wag, and I forget who the devil it was, it's in here someplace, but someone said that this draft by the Patriots is the greatest Boston draft since Red Auerbach got Bill Russell, Casey Jones, and one other guy in the same draft. Well, I don't know about
I
that.
don't know about that either.
But if this receiver is all that he is said to be, and they got the cornerback, 6'2",
Yeah.
220.
Yeah. Mentioned as a potential Patrick Chung replacement.
Yeah. Holy cow. Now, they're going to sign an offensive tackle.
They signed a guy yesterday or today.
Oh, they did sign him?
Yeah, but he's journeyman, 9-year veteran. No, he's an NFL player.
Yeah, and he's gonna get his 3.75 guaranteed, I think, and then he's got some incentives that he's not going to reach.
Right.
Yeah. So I think they're just going to go with the 3.75 against the cap.
Yeah, so I think they've kind of got what they got. They drafted 2 linemen, a tackle and a guard. They signed this other tackle.
This guy,
I think they're pretty much
this
set
guy,
with what they're going with, and they're going to let Dante do his thing.
Vorben, or whatever his name is, started 128 games in his career. Played in 128 games, started 123 of them. So this isn't exactly, but I mean, by the same token, I think he's what, 31?
But the guard I've heard projected as a center because David Andrews is up after this year.
Yeah,
And,
no.
Love David Andrews, undrafted free agent. We had that other, was it Stork? Who was the other center we
Stork.
had? Who we thought was pretty good. And then all of a sudden this Andrews kid comes out of nowhere and wins the job. Stork's gone.
So, but they're not going to pay
They're not going to pay him
Andrews.
$8 million a year.
No. And I'm not sure he's going to get $8 million from anybody else.
We'll see. He's pretty good.
He's good. No, he is good.
Yeah.
He is good, and he's tough.
Yeah.
And he plays every game.
Yeah.
He doesn't take any time off.
But I don't know if it's after this year, but then Tooney's coming up. So
we
they're
can't let all these guys
you
walk.
can't pay it. Yeah, and you can't pay them all either. Though.
Yeah. Veldheer is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3.5 mil. 1.25 fully guaranteed. And he can make an extra $3 million in playing time incentives, which he's not going to make.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So I think they're all set there.
you know,
I'd like to still see an addition at tight end and receiver. I'd like to see another receiver. Doesn't have to
you know what?
be.
There's a couple of guys still out there.
Yeah.
And I think they're waiting until sometime in June,
Yeah.
so
after
that
June
they don't
1st, I
have
think.
to give up compensatory picks or something
Yeah.
like that.
They don't count to the compensatory formula.
Yeah.
That's actually, I think, this week.
Oh, really?
Because guys like
You're right.
Ndamukong Suh is still out there.
You're right. You're right.
There's still some pretty decent players.
There are.
I don't think there's much in the wide receiver department, though, unless you consider like Crabtree. I think Crabtree's out there.
Rishad Matthews.
Yeah.
That's who they and Sue and defensive end Ziggy and
Ziggy, yeah.
He was Van Noy's college roommate.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ziggy's an interesting player. So the question is, are we all set on the defensive line? Because we let, obviously, Flowers go.
Yeah.
We let Brown go. Right? So we drafted a couple guys, and there's still
I'll tell you.
guys around from the previous draft.
Tell you who I want to see them sign is Van Noy. Well, I don't
Yeah.
want to see him leave town. He is just too good.
He's really come on.
Yeah, and he's versatile.
Yeah.
By the way, the kid that they have drafted at cornerback,
Yeah.
Jarrett Stidham. Mm-hmm. By the way, Gordon signed the Patriots tender.
Yeah, I think he's going to be back.
So if he does come back and stays clean,
Yeah.
wow,
And
that
you've got
he's
Harry,
a
the
major
rookie.
league receiver.
Yeah.
But Jarrett Stidham, there was a big article in the Herald about him. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's almost like he's the second coming.
Yeah.
The perfect child.
Yeah.
But they write that stuff up by everybody that gets drafted.
We'll see.
We'll see is right. And the Dolphins traded for Rosen.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked by it. They don't have a quarterback, and they got rid of Tannehill. And everybody thought, and it may still be the case, that they were basically going to tank this year for next year's quarterback class, where people think there's a number of top-end
Then why
quarterbacks.
would they go for Rosen if that was the...
Because it was cheap. And
Yeah,
would they give
you're
up-
right. You're right. I mean, that's the same thing as signing some bozo off the street. They
was a
should
top
keep making
10.
bozo money.
Top 10 pick just a year ago.
Yeah. I mean, what's he? He's dragging about 1.8 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right. One more question for you, sir.
all right.
What is Kansas City going to do with Tyreek Hill?
Well, they should release him.
The story out there in Kansas City that in their local football writers is he'll never be on the field again for
Then why
Kansas
don't you
City.
release him?
There's some certain time frame they want to release him in or something. But did you hear that tape of him?
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That is bad.
I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand why the commissioner's not on the phone with the Hunt family saying,
Maybe
you need to cut this guy. You need to cut this guy now.
Maybe he has been on there.
And
But
so they're refusing?
well, I don't know. But the theory is that the league, if Kansas City doesn't do this, the league is going to step in, and it's going to be worse than Kansas City.
Right. So if I'm advising Kansas City, I'm like, you can't let it come down that way. You've got to be out ahead of this. You need to be the ones that take the appropriate action. And just release him.
Yeah.
Now,
Same thing with
will the Raiders sign him? Maybe.
Yeah. That's
You know?
that's the home for troubled boys.
In which case the NFL comes in and says to the Raiders, oh, by the way,
Yeah.
he's suspended for at least a year.
At least a year.
So you want to sign him, go ahead.
Yeah.
But you sign him, we're
It's
suspended.
the same thing with the Cubs and Addison Russell.
Yeah.
He's a bad critter too. And there's a lot of talk out there that what are the Cubs doing? Why are they trying to rehabilitate this guy? Why don't they get rid of him?
Right.
And in this current political atmosphere, I would say they're going to.
Yeah.
Addison Russell better watch his step because
Cut your losses.
Yeah. Well, listen, boys and girls, on this beautiful spring day, it was nice of you to tune in. I hope you enjoyed it and gained a lot of insight into the world of sports.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
There is, yeah. So we'll be back in a couple of weeks because there's going to be a lot more going on. And we'll keep you up to date. And on that note, good night or good afternoon or whatever.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well said.